Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes, and I'm a spiritual medium, channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today I have with me the energy of Archangel Raphael, who wanted to discuss a broader understanding of healing. A lot of people associate the concept of healing with just something you do for your body. That your body is the only thing that needs healing. We now know that there's this other level of healing that's necessary called your mind. Your mind can only suffer when there are ideas and thoughts in your mind that are not in the life frequency. That is, they are of a nature and quality that they are destructive. So you do have the physical element of healing. You have the mental element of healing. That is the vibrational nature and quality of your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions. Your emotions need healing. Your thoughts may need healing. Your body needs healing. And your soul needs healing. When you came into this physical embodiment, you engaged in experiencing and manipulating with time and space and matter. Time changes from the body to the mind to the emotions. Time changes between those three. In the body, time is a very particular and measurable system of minutes and hours and days and weeks and months and years. There's a lifetime that is designed for the body that you currently find yourself in. On the level of emotion, time functions very differently. Time on the level of emotion can be very, very slow, and it can be very, very fast. But time on the physical dimension is a consistent function. Your thoughts need healing. Your soul needs healing. And your spirit needs healing. Many people associate the function of healing as having to do only with the body and only with the mind. And unfortunately, very few people understand the relationship between awareness and awareness's interaction with time, space, matter. That is your soul, your being, your consciousness. By nature is a vibrational frequency that will heal and restore where the body and mind may not be able to. Let me please repeat that. That your soul by nature is a healing consciousness, a healing frequency, a healing vibration, that when you align yourself to the true nature of your soul, your mind and body will begin to heal. When you are identified with your mind and body, then the function of healing can be a very hit and miss thing unless the structure of thoughts and the structure of the body, what you consume, what you do, are functions that support and sustain the well-being of your life. One who would indulge in substances that are detrimental to their body is going to have a body that does not function very well after a certain point of time. But what I primarily want to communicate to you is that this process of awakening, what we also call ascension, is essential for you being able to gain and regain your authority over your mind, your emotions, and your body. Without that authority, then your journey will be a little more difficult and perhaps more time-consuming, perhaps even spanning lifetimes of experience. Your soul by nature is a healing vibration. When you are identified with mind, emotion, and body in constructs that are not good, that is, they're not in alignment with the frequency of your love, then they will suffer and you will suffer with them. So learning how to awaken yourself, to ascend your energy out of subjectivity to body, to emotion, to thought, to, as it were, repose yourself away from the world, come back from the world, return to yourself as the spiritual entity you are that is not enmeshed in thought, memory, and matter. It is not that difficult to process, but the application of the process may be difficult, as some of you may not have sufficient enough experience from which to assert the vibration of your soul back onto the mind, the emotions, and the physical organism. It is important that you understand that you are a healing vibration in your spirit, in your soul. You are a healing vibration. And that when you return to an awareness of yourself as something that's unique and distinct from the subjectivity of mind, body, and memory, you can begin to restore healing to mind and body. The body in and of itself has its own self-corrective mechanisms in it. If you cut it, it will heal that cut. If it is injured severely, then it may not have the capabilities within its own nature to affect healing. If the damage to the form is significant enough, then the body in and of itself will not have the capacities necessarily to restore and heal itself from within its own mechanics, its own consciousness, which is restricted exclusively to physical reality. This is where your consciousness ascending, that is, you are able to make a distinction between yourself and your body, that you can begin to initiate or draw down into the body qualities of thought, emotion, that can add to the body's existing systems. You can augment it. You can, by the nature of what you are, bring more life, more restorative powers to your body. When you recognize the body is not you, and you recognize that your mind is not you, and you recognize that your emotions are not you, that these are all instruments, implements for understanding the function of creation, then from the perspective of your being, you can assert a very different authority over your body than it can over itself. You can conceive of ideas and processes of healing that the body in and of itself cannot. You can, through a very concentrated interaction with your body, initiate a higher functioning of such things as red and white blood cell count. You can, with your conscious, initiate and direct functions of the neurobiological chemistry systems to do what they would not do on their own. Kind of like instructing a child how to walk or how to talk. You can direct your body via the mind and emotions to function in very unique and distinct ways. And this is very obvious from some of your more expert practitioners of physical disciplines, such as the ones you call the Shaolin monks and the Eastern Sufis and mystics that can perform seemingly superhuman physical strength. There's nothing superhuman about it whatsoever. It's simply that this individual is reconnected to the essential nature of their soul, recognizing its dominion over matter, and can direct or inspire the physical organism to function differently beyond the capabilities it has innately within itself. You can direct the body to a higher functioning capability than it would on its own, because you can do so. The body itself cannot do these things. If you cut it, it bleeds. and it will heal that cut the way it knows how to heal that cut. There's an element of time and space that's involved in that because the body lives in the realm of matter. But in your awareness, you can, with great clarity and intention, instruct the body to heal rapidly, even instantaneously. And in order for that to happen, there must be nothing within the mind that could deny or doubt, defer or defend that possibility from happening. That is, you have beliefs or feelings that counteract your new possibility. If you have fear in you that you cannot heal, then your fear will be a function directing your body as equally as your faith in healing will. If you believe that the body can be restored, rejuvenated, re-energized, and you wholly and completely know this to be true, then your body will react and respond according to your belief. And so it shall be. And it is equally true in the realm of disease and suffering that if you harbor in your mind, in your consciousness, ideas, beliefs that say this is not possible, this is the way it is, I will get sick and this will happen because I get sick. If you accept that, then there is an inevitability because your belief makes it so. And you may even adopt and accept the beliefs of others, even ourselves. If you wholly and completely accept what we say, then it is very possible for you to initiate functions of healing that formerly you were not able to, or others around you were not able to provide you with a sufficient enough idea or belief that you could initiate that new function of healing. And unfortunately, your existing systems of what you call healing, we call systems of disease, that these systems do not promote your own capabilities and development of your capacity to heal. Rather, they would prefer to keep you in a process of disease and suffering as it profits them. And yet, if you hear these words, you can be restored to come deeply into the understanding that your body is your servant. And if it is not working as you would want it to work, then you have a belief or an idea in your mind that says it cannot. And you have been given many beliefs that say, you are just a body. When it gets sick, and you have to let it go through this process. You've been told and taught to believe certain things about your body. And those beliefs live in your mind when they've been given to you. And if you do not clear them out, then they will, in spite of your best intentions and effort to heal your body, if you harbor in your mind ideas that contradict the possibility of your restoration, then the restoration will not happen. And this is not a judgment or an error. It is the law that what you shall believe, so it shall be. And so it is. Others will give you beliefs if you allow them to. Oh, you have broken your arm. It must heal for 30 days. You must hold it still for 30 days for it to heal. Well, what if you had a belief that it could heal in 2 days or 2 minutes? If you could believe that as deeply, then it shall be done. And so your body, your mind, your emotions, and your soul are all designed to work in harmony like the fingers on a hand. That if one is out of sorts, then they are all out of sorts. Healing first comes with the understanding that it is belief and emotion that initiate changes in matter. Thought, initiating emotion, changes matter. And the body will yield itself and surrender itself to that which you believe more than what it experiences. Such obvious examples of fire walking, iron skin, lying on beds of nails. Such things are done with the understanding that the form is designed to follow the directions of both the soul, the mind, and the emotions. And if you have not done these things, then how could you know that what we are saying is true? If you harbor fear in your heart, in your mind, then those emotions will act as direction to your body. Just as the most wonderful thing you could observe would direct you to be in such an emotional state that your body would be exhilarated by the excitement of your emotion. Your body reacts to the function of your emotion, and your emotion operates according to the function of your belief. And your beliefs are established by the repetitive nature of your thinking certain thoughts. And yet your certain thinking thoughts are amenable to change as an act of your will when you so choose to take that authority back upon yourself, or you may continue to leave that authority in the hands of others. It is obvious that the body is designed with its own self-healing elements. The mind, not so much. The mind needs deliberate and conscious correction. The function of healing with regard to the mind and the emotions requires your direct and conscious intervention in being able to correct and change thought, to alter and change emotional energy. Again, in the way in which you would interact with your thoughts and the way in which you would interact with your emotions, you can restore them. But if you believe that you are your emotions and you are your thoughts, then you will have some difficulty. Because how can one change what they believe they are if they do not know how to believe something else? And you must know how to believe something else to change what your mind and body and your emotions are being. And so the mind and the emotions require your direct and conscious and deliberate interaction with them to change thought, idea, image, in order to effect a shift and change in emotional function, that is emotional energy, and how it interacts with your body. For what you hold in your mind and in your emotions will be in your world, in your flesh, in your experience. And all the while you may be in deep suffering. And even the slightest ray of consideration that says, there is a way I can create a better experience. The very consideration that there is a better way, even if you do not know it, the very consideration that there's a possibility of change will begin to shift in your thoughts and in your emotional energy, and therefore in your physical organism. Your mind cannot heal itself. You must understand it can be healed by you. And in order to know that you can do such a thing, you have to remember who you are, that you are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are not your past. You are not your fears. You are a soul. And the moment you begin to consider the observational perspective of evaluating and observing your thoughts, observing your emotions, in that very act you begin to differentiate yourself from that subjectivity to being your thoughts or being your emotions. The moment you move into the process of evaluation, you begin to lift yourself up out of the drowning seas of your mind. You can lift yourself up out of your thoughts. You can observe your thoughts. You can observe your emotions. And you can learn very different ways of changing your thoughts and changing your emotions. And when you are effectively conscious of governing your thoughts and your emotions, then physiology will be far more easier to work with, as matter of the body simply reacts and responds to emotional energy, whether that emotional energy is self-generated or that emotional energy is projected at you from others. One can say, oh, be very afraid of this, and their fear, you can take it on, and suddenly you are in fear with them. And you don't even realize, oh, now I'm afraid, but they gave that fear to you, and you accepted it. Be careful of what gifts you will accept from others. When you reach this point of sufficient awareness, you will not fall subject or prey to other people's manipulations and contrivances. And therefore the function of healing will be restored to you where it naturally is a function of your being. Your own wholeness and well-being is a natural function of who you are. You are a divine vibration of love. And when you remember this, then your mind will be renewed, and so too will your flesh. And so do not be confused about the idea that healing has only to do with your physical body. Healing has to do with the function of your thoughts, your memories, your emotions, your anticipations, and your ability to moderate, transform, and change your thoughts, your memories, your emotions, and how you allow them to affect and influence you. But this cannot be done until you are aware of the distinction between yourself and your thoughts, yourself and your emotions, yourself and your body. As you make that distinction, and we've seen this many, many times, where we have taken individuals on the journey of healing because they requested it. And they move away from the body, and they move away from the mind, and they move away from the emotions, and they begin to experience their own being, unique and distinct from the constructed personality of the world. And there's a great joy and a great relief and a great peace that comes to those who make this journey of restoring yourself to your divine heritage, that you are a soul. You are a soul. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are not your body. You are a soul. And these things of earth you use in the act of learning, experiencing, creating. Doing it from the perspective of what you are as a spiritual consciousness, a source of love and creation, versus being subjective to the causes and effects of matter, time, and space, the causes and effects of thought and memory. Well, whatever thought and memory you have, and whatever causes effects in this world, if you are bound to believe that you are simply a body, then you will be bound to the causes and effects of time and space. If you simply believe that you are a collage and collection of thoughts and memories, then you will be bound to carry out the functions of those thoughts and memories and the emotions that those thoughts and memories give life to. For every thought gives life to an emotion. Albeit that emotional function may appear to be very, very, very slow in the beginning. It does. All thought gives birth to emotion. Thought that is accumulated, that is repeated, accumulated, will then become a regenerative mechanism of certain qualities of emotion. The thought that you are loving and lovable is a thought that generates an emotion. The thought that you are loving and lovable generates an emotion. And repeated If you are aware of the emotion that's generated by the thought, then you have the thought and you become aware of the emotion, and now you realize, I have this thought and this emotion comes. Then you have the thought again, and you're repeating thought in and of itself is not sufficient to establish a movement of energy. It must be consciously engaged in. If you wish to take responsibility for it yourself, you've allowed, for the most part, your environment, your leaders, your entertainment, things outside of you to determine and dictate what emotions you have right now. The vast majority of humanity is bound in that. Most of your emotions are the products of thoughts of others that have been given to you. That you are always able to make a conscious and deliberate change. The moment you awaken to say, I will choose what thought is good for my body and my mind. The moment you make that decision, I will choose, then you begin to step out of subjectivity to thought, even the ones given to you by the world over and over and over again. Such debilitating thoughts that there is only death and taxes. Such debilitating thoughts that there is no cure for a certain disease. Such thoughts that you can only achieve a certain thing in this lifetime. Such thoughts that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. These thoughts, repeated and repeated and repeated, have a consequence of effect for whomever thinks those thoughts and feels about them, because the thought, once it begins to generate a momentum of emotion, begins to create a manifestation of experience. Once a thought has been repeated sufficiently enough, that is, it will generate a momentum of emotion. And if you can become aware of the momentum of emotion that you create with thought, then you can become very conscious and deliberate. And the nature and function of thought should be to restore you to love, to purpose, to vitality, to happiness, to bliss. What thoughts do you have that do this for you every day? What thoughts occupy your mind each day? Thoughts can heal or harm. Matter can affect your body, but thought can affect your body more so than matter. You must broaden your perspective on your perception of healing, that it is not just about fixing your physical body, finding a cure or a pill or a drug. These things can have their benefit and be of use temporarily. But ultimately, you are the function of healing, as that is what love is. Your nature is love. And when you realize your nature, then the function of your nature will restore, rejuvenate, re-energize, and revitalize you. As the frequency of your consciousness will induce such changes into your mind and body, as equally as the stimulations of your environment induce ideas into your mind and body. What you give attention to or do not give attention to, these things shape and mold your mind and body. And the vast majority of you allow your mind and your emotions to be shaped and molded by the world around you rather than by an act of your own conscious volition or will. That you can deliberately say, this thought does not serve me. What I hear him saying to me, that I will die in 2 years. I will not accept that thought. But I will choose to believe this body is a vibrant and loving temple. You can surrender thoughts that no longer serve you. Surrender emotional energy that no longer serves you. Learn to transform your emotion from one state into another. Learn to change your mind and change your energy. Do not remain subjective to the world around you. And if you are going to choose to do that, then be very mindful of what influences you will allow to alter and change the course of your own thinking. To teach one to be afraid is to teach one to ultimately suffer. To teach one to be anything less than love is to teach one to suffer. And so it's important you broaden your perspective on what the function of healing is. It is not just about the body. It's about how your mind is operating, how you allow it to operate, or whether you allow others to operate your mind, because there are many of you that allow others to operate your mind for you, much to your detriment, and others allow your mind to be operated by others that can be to your benefit. For there are certainly those in this world that will give you ideas and conceptions that will benefit you. And still you have to discern yourself which is which, as an act of your own conscious discernment, to begin to evaluate what is coming into your mind or what you hold in your mind, and begin to shift and change what is in your mind or what you allow in your mind, so that it is more in alignment with your true nature, which is love. Your true nature is love. Only in the illusion of believing you are simply a collage of thoughts and memories and emotions and biology, only in that can you stay under the illusion that you are something less than what you actually are. But everything in your world is amenable to your will, just as you are amenable to the will of others if you choose to subjugate yourself in such a fashion. But healing begins with your awakening and realizing you are not your body, you are not your mind, you are not your emotions, you are a sentient being called a soul. A most exquisite and wondrous manifestation of creation that is transcendent to flesh and thought and able to induce and influence flesh and thought. You are able to induce and influence flesh and thought into transformation and change, both in a good way and a not so good way. You have that capacity as a divine entity, that you can induce sorrow, you can induce joy into your experience while you're experiencing this realm of creation. And that you can have the freedom to surrender your will to another and likewise suffer the fate of the suffering or the blessing they might offer you. But I say to you, your true liberation from all suffering begins in the realization of who you are as a spiritual consciousness, and in taking responsibility over the thoughts that you harbor in your mind. Cast out the thoughts that do not serve you. Cast them out. But if you believe that your thoughts are who you are, then these words will have very little meaning to you. If you believe you are your thoughts, if you believe you are your body, and that's all there is to you, then this will seem like a fantasy to you. And yet, in your heart of hearts, even in your most difficult of times, you know there's something better than what you know and what you're experiencing. All of you know this. That even when you suffer, you know that suffering is not a phenomena of your being. It's not a phenomena of who you are as a spiritual entity. It's a phenomena of thoughts and emotions and that have run unchecked in your mind. And there's no short supply of those individuals that will fill your mind with fear and distrust and anger to tell you that what is inside you may be very bad. There's no shortage of those that say, oh, you've got a problem, you've got a mental problem, and now you believe you are a problem. And because you are now the problem and you believe you are the problem, then the problem cannot be solved because you are the problem. But you are not the problem. You are the idea. The soul believing you are the idea, but you are not the idea. You are the soul that can change the idea. The very nature of the thought, you are loving and lovable. Consider this thought. Consider it with all your mind right now. You are loving and lovable. That is your nature, as you truly are. Your mind and body may have contradicting beliefs and ideas about that because you might be suffering. You might have difficulties in your life. You might be physically ill or diseased. And so how could you possibly accept the idea that you are loving and lovable if you suffer? But you suffer because you have accepted ideas and beliefs and allowed things into your body, into your sacred temple that have established a condition of disease. And yet, at any moment, the moment you entertain a consideration that is transcendent to your existing conditions, that is to say, you believe you are suffering, but you say, there is a way to not suffer. I know I do not have to suffer. I know there is a way to be free of my suffering. And the moment you entertain the possibility shall appear. The mechanism will appear. Once you have the idea. Keep this in mind, that healing does not have to do with just your physical body. Your physical body is the final result of a series of processes that happen both internally and externally, things that you accept or reject, ideas that you adopt or orphan. But you can also heal the thoughts in your mind and thereby heal the emotions. And yes, you can heal your emotions, even your deep, most painful emotions. You can heal them. You can heal them with your love, because you are love. We've shown many people how to heal their emotions. And they are in awe and wonder when they realize, oh, my pain is gone. You can heal your emotions. Your emotions cannot heal themselves. Your body can only heal itself to a certain degree. And your thoughts cannot correct themselves. And these levels, body, emotion, and thought, require your intervention. And if not your intervention, then at least choose the intervention of someone who lives, speaks, and gives from love and wisdom and truth and compassion and kindness. Choose the source of your healing carefully if you do not wish to be that source yourself. Then choose what sources you will allow to influence you very carefully. That they be of love, that they be of compassion and truth and kindness. But the nature of what you are as a spiritual consciousness, your true nature is love. And you have been led to believe that there's something other than love for you to contend with, that you should be afraid, that you should be angry, that you should be judgmental, that you should hoard and be greedy. You've been given beliefs that have shifted you away from who you are. As a result, the further you get from who you are, the greater your suffering shall be. The further you go into an illusion or a lie, the greater your suffering will be. If you believe that suffering is the true nature of your experience, then your suffering will increase. If you understand what I've been saying, then you will understand that your body in truth is designed to carry out what you would command of it, if you do so lovingly. Your mind and your emotions will carry out what you command if you do so lovingly. So healing in its truest form begins when you awaken to your true nature, to realize that you are a function of love, that you have the power innately within what you are to change and alter thought, to change and alter emotion, which in turn changes and alters your body. Understanding how to accumulate a new energy, to accumulate love, to accumulate vitality, to accumulate strength in your mind and in your body, that you can instruct your mind and body in such a fashion that you will accumulate love and you will accumulate strength and vitality and purpose and meaning. But this requires your willingness to choose, to awaken, to rise up. Thank you, Raphael. I also want to say that, we had a conversation with Raphael and a few other beings last night, and they were talking about setting up a free healing event in about 6 weeks' time. It'll be an event specifically for healing. We don't have dates. They haven't given us any dates yet, but they said that it would be really important to offer a free healing event. The beings that will be channeled at that time will be Raphael, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Archangel Michael, the Spirit of God, and several other consciousnesses that will be present for that healing event. And once they've given us dates and times, we'll let you know. It'll be posted as a free event. Yes, it'll be posted up on my website as a free event, so that you can register and just register for your spot. The event will be held on Zoom. Again, we don't have dates and times. We are just told that this is going to happen in about 6 weeks' time. They're saying maybe less. Depends on how well we get prepared for this. But I'm just letting you all know right now that let your friends, let your family, let those that you love and know that there's this free healing event that's going to come up. It will probably be about 1 to 2 hours long. There will be a transmission of information and then a very deep and profound meditative process that will, well, let's just say it will be pretty remarkable. I've been fortunate and blessed enough to be able to channel these beings for 5.5 years now. And I'm honored and privileged to bear witness to so many people that have healed through the work of the angels and ascended masters through me. It is humbling and very beautiful. Now, let's take some questions. We'll see what we can do about questions today. As I've, there we go, bringing up questions. Good morning. And just turn this light out here. Hi. Okay, don't turn it out. It said, okay, I won't. Just so you're aware, I'm going to have to do kind of a little squinty thing because I've misplaced my glasses. I'm being told that I should just let my eyes correct themselves. Right. But my own mind I let my own mind get in the way sometimes. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I feel your door is already open. Yes, it is already open. Let's see, how do I show that? Okay, I put them up there. Dear Rose, M. Rose is asking, hi, William. I feel like I'm stuck on my spiritual path, even though I am a remote health scanner and healer. Any guidance would be greatly appreciated. The challenge a lot of beings are facing is you do not understand how to interact with the energy that's in your body that's keeping you stuck. Emotional energy, beliefs and ideas get stored in our bodies, which is what causes us to do and say the things we do. It's one of the reasons, whatever information is in your body, you look at a person who gets drunk is a really good example. A person who gets drunk, alcohol electrically disconnects a person from a soul from the body. So only what's in the body, only what's in the mind, consciously and unconsciously, can operate the body. And if they don't know how to change what's in the mind or body, thank you for those beautiful leaves. They're beautiful. If you do not know how to shift or change the emotional energy and where it is in your body, it will continue to be perpetuated. So that stuck feeling, you have to learn how to shift it. Again, I would recommend you sign up for our upcoming master classes. November the 2nd, we start our master class 101 Awakening. And I can assure you, you will get unstuck. You'll be completely unstuck. Because the only thing that's keeping you stuck is an emotion that's trapped in your body and a thought that's holding that emotion in your body. You got a series of thought and emotion work together. You can once you change one, you'll affect the other. And you'll learn how to do that in the masterclass. You will. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and check that out, Doros. I really love to see you there. Irene is asking, good morning, William. How are you? Anything my guides can say about the house? It's funny, all I'm hearing is that song from, I think, that Disney movie, Frozen, let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go. I don't know the whole words of the song, but they're telling me you need to listen to that song. But that's what they gave me to give you right away, immediately. Let's see what we got to do on TikTok here. Can you please let me know if there is anything I should be doing in my situation? Get yourself aligned to love, or sign up for my Patreon group, and we do a private monthly meetings on the 7th and 21st of every month. You need to go into processes of shifting your consciousness. Thank you for that money gun. You need to learn to shift your consciousness from matter to soul, from matter to energy, so that you can induce changes in your mind and body, which will induce changes in your environment. The minute you change energy in your mind and body, then the energy in the environment begins to react and respond. The physical world begins to change around you when you change your energy internally. There's a story I read once about a man who was in a concentration camp in World War II Germany. And the man had a passionate dream about going to New York. And he focused on the Statue of Liberty and being there and looking up at it. And he focused on the big tall buildings in New York City. And he did that religiously, even while he was being forced to labor and suffer and starve. And then one day, they had this lineup of people, and they were checking their numbers, and the guard skipped him completely. And the door was left open to his left. And everybody walked away. They didn't even notice him. He just walked out the gate. His vision, he ended up in New York City several months later, but his vision for what he wanted, and the key is, he felt so excited and so much love and joy about being in New York City that the environment, even as hostile as a concentration camp, it shifted the situation and let him literally walk out the door. Right? And our situations, all of us, the rich or the poor, it doesn't matter where you are on the socioeconomic spectrum, or how smart or how ignorant you are, it doesn't matter. Your life conditions are a direct product of your emotional energy. And the more passionate and impassioned you are about something, the more it's going to affect actions of change around you. And you can look at individuals, really the most obvious example, and the easiest one that everybody knows, is Elon Musk. His passion, his energy, his love for what he does, what he believes in, is so profound it literally moves mountains. Right? Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, Rita Hayworth, many other incredibly passionate individuals moved the world. And when you get energetically and emotionally charged up, you're going to change your world. So that's what I would suggest you, Curly, is either sign up for the master classes or sign up for my Patreon page and come to the 2 monthly events and come and experience it. Come and learn how to govern your mind and your emotions, because most people let their mind and emotions govern them. And they surrender their mind and body to the world, to the television, to the radio, to this, to that person, this thing, the next trend, the next fad. So many people are divested of their own power by their seduction to the outside world. You've given your power up. You've given your will up. Reclaim it. Take your power and your passion back, because there is something you'd love to do, but you don't have enough passion in your heart to make it happen. Oh, I'd love to be an author, but, and you don't hold the energy. You get excited for a brief moment, but you don't hold on to it. Oh, well, I got bills to pay. I got to go back to my job, and the energy just falls off again. You need to learn how to build energy up, sustain it, and then allow the actions that begin to come from that emotion to take place. And everything every human does, they tell me this all the time, everything every human does, they do because of the emotion. The emotion directs all human actions. Everyone! Every single human action only occurs because of emotion. So when somebody tells you they're a sociopathic, crazed, no conscience person, they have an emotion in them that drives those actions. No action can occur without an emotion behind it. Whether the emotion is greed or generosity. Different actions occur. Keep that in mind. Hi guys. Let's see. Jenny. How is Archangel Raphael helping humanity right now, both individually and collectively? Are there battles in heaven? No, there are no battles in heaven. The only battles are on earth. There's no battles in heaven. And if you've been listening to the transmission today, Jenny, Archangel Raphael is helping humanity with the knowledge that he's now disseminating through me and many others. I'm not the only one putting this out. I'm the one that you're with right now. But the knowledge and wisdom that's being put out is more important than him going around healing people individually. He said he's done with that. It has not changed anything. Jesus, Buddha, they all did this practice of healing and doing all this stuff with people. They said, no, they have to do it themselves. So instruction is his function now, at least through me. It might be different through others. He does healing through me too. But he says he does the healings through me when the person's ready to awaken. And boy, have we seen people awaken. It's really quite amazing. Quite amazing. Good morning, and thank you for those gifts. I really appreciate it. I feel a new home in my future, but my wife is insisting on fixing the current one. Help. Well, this is a great consideration. Fix it up. Prepare the way. Prepare the way home. That's what I'm being told to tell you. They're saying, fix it up with great love, with the understanding that you are going to something better. You need not concern yourself with how or when. However, you must concern yourself with how you are being. Renew your home with the understanding that you are making a new home. Your wife has a sound plan. And it's probably the same as yours. You're just not seeing it. She thinks she's just going to fix up the house. You're going to do more than that. And work with her on it. Because something else is going to happen. Because when you get your energy going into the process of creation, different things happen. Things that will happen beyond painting and renovating and fixing the ducts and putting a new roof on. You're building an energy that's renewing and creative. Don't underestimate the power of your wife to take you in the direction of your dream. Yeah. Like, I know you want a new home, so does she. It might come about in a very different way than you expect. But have fun with it. Help her. Do it. With the understanding that you're building a new home. Do everything you do with love and joy. And you will see a very different thing happen than you expected. That much I can tell you. That's what they're saying right now. Thank you. Let's see here. I'm going to have to do the slidey thing again. Okay. There we go. I had to complete my verification. Here we go. Can I give your heart guidance? Well, if you've been listening, it has been getting guidance. Can you have guidance? First of all, the second person that's asking for guidance, here's what we want you to do. We want you to sit up straight. And we want you to take a long, slow, deep breath. Just take a long, slow, deep breath and hold the breath for about 3 seconds. And after 3 seconds, relax and allow the whole body to relax. Just let the whole body relax. And then take another slow, deep breath, the same way. Fill your lungs completely, hold the breath for 3 seconds, and then relax. And then think and speak these words into your mind and into your body. And think and speak these words in an internal tone of voice that sounds like you really mean it. And these are the words that you need to speak after the third breath. From this point forward, I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. Speak and think those words sincerely into your mind and body. From this point forward, I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. And be very aware that as you think and speak those words to the body and to the mind, what you start to feel. And then leave a comment in the comment section about what your experience is. The dweller is asking, 6 spaceships arriving, the one super harvest. I wouldn't concern yourself with that. It's not that at all. That's not happening. Shaping reality. Question. I am writing a book on my transformational journey in order to help others become empowered. What point should I focus on that will allow the most impact? Awakening. That people need to remember that they are not their mind, they are not their body, they are not their emotions. These are instruments that are of the function of creation. Hi guys. Good morning, Khan. Good to see you here. Wonderful, brother. Hi. I just had surgery and I had to stay as my oxygen was too low. Sugar's too high. Will I be okay? Of course you'll be okay, Jennifer. What I want you to do right now, Jennifer, with your permission, I need your permission to allow this transmission to come through you. So just, if you can, just give me a thumbs up or something. I'm going to scroll down while you're asking the question. So I'm going to assume, okay, thank you. So Jennifer, I want you to just sit down, or if you're not safe, you're probably lying down if you're still in the hospital, but lie down, place both hands over the physical heart. Right now, like both hands over the physical heart. And what we want you to do is to feel the vibration that your mind will call it the vibration of heat. We call it the vibration of energy, but feel the energy going from the hands into the heart. And allow yourself to feel the heart receiving this energy. Let your heart feel the reception of this energy. And as you allow the heart to receive this transmission of energy, communicate this thought into your heart and into your body. I am so grateful for how well and good you have treated me. And from this point forward, I will love, honor, and cherish you. Use those words slowly and deliberately. Pay close attention as you're speaking those words to how the energy is changing as it flows into your body. And then communicate to the body, you are being restored, rejuvenated, balanced, and re-energized because I love you. And then stay in the sensation that happens in the body. And then communicate to the body, you are sweet and beautiful. Communicate that to the body now. You are sweet and beautiful. Thank you for everything that you do for me. and just communicate that to the body. Thank you for everything you do for me. And you stay in that energy, you stay with those thoughts, and you stay with that communication to the body. Stay connected to the heart. Let your words be spoken sincerely, and you should notice a quick change in your biochemistry, literally within minutes. They'll notice it within minutes. Everything will balance and normalize. Just allow it. Hi there. Oh, you're very welcome. Hi. Irene's asking, I spoke to the spirit of my future kids the other day. Is there anything I can know about that? Having felt you spoke, what did you speak? For you may speak to the spirit of tomorrow, and you may speak to the spirit of yesterday, and it will hear you. So be mindful of what words you would speak, for those words can become flesh. Wow, that's pretty intense. I feel it. Good. Just stay with that, Jennifer. Okay, you just stay with that. Stay with that for a little while, and, well, you'll be quite surprised what's going to happen. I'm really grateful for all of you coming out. Again, this healing event that the Masters are going to do with us in about 6 weeks' time, we'll be talking more about that as they give us more details, as they give us the specifics of the time and date. You know, they did the same thing with our masterclass series. Our masterclasses, if you go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, were downloaded to us, and they channeled through me during that, and they channeled through our other mediums that work with us. And the whole function is ascension, because the ascension movement is about understanding that you have a body, you have a mind, and you are a soul. And you must understand the distinction between these three aspects of the self. I see another question here. William, I'm able to keep my hand open and extend my arm after our sessions. Thank you, brother. You're very welcome, Con. The spirit of love moves through you freely. The spirit of love moves through you freely. I'm so happy for you. Every day in every way it will get better and better and better. It will. For those who are wondering, Khan is a friend of ours who's been in the process, the healing journey of healing his body from MS, and so this is a significant shift in his consciousness. We've been working very closely with him, and now he's beginning to understand that the spirit will work with him as well and heal the body. Bridget's got a question. This bad headache I've had for 2 days, is that from current energies coming in, or do I need to do healing? It is from current energies coming in. Right now there was a massive shift in the energetic emissions from the sun in the last 48 hours, like significant emanations of energy. The sun is reorchestrating and reorganizing life on this planet according to what we are transmitting to it. We are in as a species, collectively, whether you're aware of this or not, humanity as a whole, we are transmitting our energy to the world and beyond it. And the stars and the planets that are in the range or the sphere of the relative motion of the energy of our collective energy are reacting and responding. We have been shifting our consciousness from love to fear, and we are here to shift the consciousness from fear to love. And the functions of fear and the energy of fear establishes very different experiences in time and space than does the function of the energy of love. And our whole goal through this one is the manifestation of love as being that which is the dominant consciousness you choose to live and think and speak and do from. And the results of your experience in this world of time and space is very different. It always happens. Fear has a very precise effect in time and space. Love has a very effect in terms of time and space. So yeah, hydration is really important. Grounding is very important, Bridget. If you're not grounding, the energy is going to stay in your body. Go out and ground. Get your feet on the earth. Stay properly hydrated. I'm being told to tell you that Peppermint tea would be good for you. I'm drinking chai. I was told to drink chai, but I'm told peppermint would be really good for you. That's right, shift from fear. I need to learn how to do this. Go to our masterclass. If you want to learn how to shift from fear to love, sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening. It starts November the 2nd, or you book a session with me. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and book a one-on-one session with me. You're going to learn how to shift from fear to love really quickly. It's so simple. It's not that complex. But we've been taught to believe that the way I can't change how I feel. There's so much bullshit like that going on, telling people, oh, it's just the way I feel. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Whoever told you, oh, you just have to wait until that feeling passes. No, you can change your emotional energy in an instant when you know how to interact with it. It's like I can pick this glass up because I know how to operate the body to do that. Whoop, whoop. It does and responds to me. Your emotions are no different. If you learn how to interact differently with your emotional energy, you'll change how they function. And it is literally that simple. Right? The practice of it is equally simple when you apply it right. Right? Hi there. CDB. Okay. Hi, William. I'm here. I'm new to your channel. My friend told me about you. I have a problem with depression and I can't escape from past sad experiences with family. How can I escape it? Thank you. First and foremost, you have to understand that emotion lives in your body. Memory lives in your body. And there's a way you can interact with the emotion and the memory and change how that emotion is in your body. Because your depression lives somewhere in your body. If I tune into you, I get that your depression lives up in your head and down in your chest. That's what I'm being told, that most of your depression lives up in your head and down in your chest. That's where it energetically is living in your body. That's where you keep it. And there's a way to let it go. In our Masterclass 102 called Liberation, you will learn step by step by step how to release those old emotions out of the body. And we've had many students who come with lifetime of anxiety or depression, and literally in a few weeks, it's gone. Sometimes it happens in minutes. It's a very fascinating thing to watch somebody who's in such pain shift that energy and suddenly go, oh my God, I'm free, right? And then it's just sustaining and maintaining the practices. The other thing you can do if you want, look at booking a one-on-one session with me. That would be very helpful for you as well. Thank you. Thank you. I send you much, much love. But you need to start interacting with the emotion differently than you currently do. Most people try to fight their emotions. They don't like, I don't like this depression. I don't like this anxiety. I don't like this anger. I don't like this fear. And they fight it. They use drugs or they use pills or they use something to fight the emotion. We teach you how to transform the emotion from one state to another, because emotion is just energy. It can't be created. It cannot be destroyed. But it can be changed from one state into another. And they taught us a very simple way to teach others how to change an emotional energy from one state into another. It's quite remarkable and simple. As Jesus always said, it's not that difficult. Once you know how, it's actually pretty easy. Once you knew how to pedal your bicycle, it was easy. Right? And that moment you experience a change, that you can affect a change in your emotions, your depression will be your greatest friend later, because it'll give you, you've got so much energy that you're going to recover from that depression. So it won't be depression, it'll be expression. Right? Yes. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Question from Drusilla. My blood pressure is through the roof. Any messages? Yes. Stop worrying. Number one, stop worry. You hold the energy of worry under the layer of the act of justice. Yes. To be more precise and specific in terms of what we say, that you are recognizing the injustices in the world, and you are righteous in recognizing that these are unjust. But in your recognition and frustration and angst about this injustice, you raise your blood pressure for your frustration and consternation with these injustices. affects your body in a certain way. Take a deep breath right now with us. Take a deep breath with us right now. Bring yourself into your heart. Feel your body. And say to your body, you are safe. No harm will come nigh thee because I love you. Communicate this to your body now. You are safe. I am with you. No harm will come nigh thee because I love you. Communicate that to your body now. You will see the pressure will go down almost immediately. You'll feel it. You'll feel your body say, ah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Drusilla. That was beautiful. Thank you for that. I'm working on myself for years, and I need a new love soon. Hello, Louise. You are the love you're seeking, and when you become what you are, then that which you seek shall come to you. But if you're very clear, again, because the energy you have with your request keeps it at a distance. You have to get into the energy, I'm receiving, I'm open and receptive to it, and feel it coming towards you. Don't be attached to what he looks like or she looks like or whatever it is for you, but feel it. Be open and receptive to it now. Right now, like feel it. Do that. Adam's asking from Pan, why does this guy at the gym because you have a space in your heart for it to allow that. I think we're good for today, folks. Yes, we are. Oh, hang on. I'm told to answer this question from Bob Gundu. How local is our reality? Do we have different versions of other souls in our physical existence? Yes. Absolutely. We are. I can say this of a truth from my own personal experience. My wife and I, we've spent 12 different lifetimes together. We have very corresponding timelines from different points of time and space in this dimension. So yes, you have other connections, other aspects of self in other forms. That's what happens. That's what draws people together. What draws relationships together often is the soul connection that you have with that individual, and it draws the form together. But yeah, but not just that. You can also shift your perception to different dimensions. You can also shift your perception to different time and space. You can correct you can correct something that happened in childhood energetically and affect your life now. You can go into a future possibility and affect now from then. So yeah, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it will manifest. Yeah. I love you too. Thank you so much. Well, everybody, I want to say thank you for coming out. Again, once we are given details from my team about the date and time of this free healing event that we're going to offer, you guys will get it first here, and we'll have it set up so that people can register for it, so we can get prepared for that event. It will be a free event that's going to be done on Zoom. It'll probably be about 2 hours long. It could go longer. We've had events like this a few years ago. They did a healing event, and it was very different. I got my own conception of how long I think it'll be, but what it actually is will be what it actually is. I want to wish you all much love. Thank you so much. Remember to like, to subscribe, to share this information with other people. The algorithms are being manipulated to only allow certain things, and I depend exclusively on you to share this out, put this in front of other people, like it, subscribe it, follow it, do whatever you can to make the system recognize there's activity, because it's designed to react and respond to activity. Much love to all of you. I'll look forward to seeing you guys on the Wednesday edition of Shortcuts to Soul. Bye for now, everybody.